What's up, everyone? Got another garden tour.
A hot one.
It's been really hot. How about you guys? Been hot? It's been really hot here for the last 2 weeks. Far as I can tell, a 15-day on the June forecast. There is one day that's chance of rain. Otherwise, it's going to be 90s and upper 80s. 89 is coldest one day.
Yeah, we've been dealing with 90-degree weather and sometimes 100-degree weather,
which
is way above average for here. And then that wouldn't be so bad, but we haven't had any rain.
I did some things to the garden. Can you see it? That drip tape has been saving us with this dry weather we've been having.
Yeah, the plants that don't have drip tape, they are fried. So I'm so grateful that you were able to come out and get some of that done.
Yep.
Should we show them?
Let's do it.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to.
So our broccoli cauliflower patch, I've been coming out every couple days and taking all the blossoms off, hoping to just kind of divert some energy into these side shoots and get some broccoli and cauliflower off of them. But I don't think I'm doing it fast enough because look, we've got seed pods on this one already. But we do have a few that are starting to get broccoli. Look at the little butterfly. So hopefully we do get some off of here. Our brassicas are our only cold weather thing in the garden. The cauliflower, the broccoli, the cabbage. We have kohlrabi out here as well. But I'm not expecting a great harvest this year with this hot, hot weather.
We have one issue, and we have the same issue we had last year. That darn raccoon. There's another one that's back. So I'm going to set out a trap. It dug up 3 tomato plants. One of them is a goner, and this one down here, they're struggling today because of the heat, but we're watering them good and hopefully that will snap them back. But them darn things have been getting in everything around our house lately, and they just won't leave it alone. So I'm going to set out a couple live traps. There's definitely more than one, and go from there. Hopefully we catch them. But ever since we did the drip tape, these tomato plants, I swear it's been like an inch a day. It's just crazy how fast they're growing. It is something else because of this heat, and then plus they're getting water. I'm also leaving the drip tape on. I've left it on all day yesterday, and I have it on again today, and I'm probably going to leave it on all day today. The plants are soaking it up, and they're not complaining, so. We definitely are not perfect. See all the I almost call them tomatoes, potatoes. Yeah, they need to get mounded ASAP. I found a place. I'm waiting for a call back, and Evan and I are going to go get some today, and we're just going to put a bunch of straw all over in here, and hopefully that'll be the ticket.
So down in the bottom of our garden, the cabbage looks like it's doing really well, liking the shade down here. And I did put our hot peppers down here, and we're a little worried that they're just not going to get enough sun, but I think they're just liking this heat. So our cayenne are doing really well considering how small they are, and the Tabasco, they're all starting to come up. So our San Marzano tomatoes, they're going a little crazy. We've got them flowering already. This is way too early. You know, they were just basically planted out here. So I'm going to snip off these blossoms as much as it hurts to do so, because I just want it to focus in getting some water and growing, and it doesn't need to produce fruit yet, just get established. It's so crazy because even our peppers, some of them are looking a little wilted. So I think even the heat is affecting our peppers, which is crazy, but I think it's just so drastic, so fast, and now for so long without water. This hopefully helps quite a bit. So most of the garden planted, finished, but we still haven't got cucumbers up on our trellises yet, on our arches here. So We need to get cucumbers out here and get those planted. I also want to plant some zucchini plants. I think I found spots for 3 zucchini plants, so hopefully that'll be more than enough. I feel like 3 will be plenty.
You know the easiest and best way to stay cool when it's this hot out? That could be a commercial.
So this is the first time we've really grown this many herbs in pots like this, and I'm kind of impressed at how well they're doing with the heat, but there are some that just got scorched. The chamomile, half of it is completely dead, but then the other half is flowering. And I really wasn't expecting it to be flowering this soon, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing with it soon. Matt did get me a little drying rack, so I'm going to have to get that set up soon because we'll be picking it. The calendula, on the other hand, is not faring so well. I think I might have overplanted it and had too much in the pot, and the heat just was too much for it. It looks like it killed about half of it, and the rest of it is just laying down taking a nap. So we'll see if it sparks back up here soon. I've been trying to keep it wet and watered, and hopefully it helps. So you would think that it is just sweltering hot in the greenhouse. It is like 110 degrees, but it doesn't feel as hot as it does outside because you don't have that sun beating down on you. The shade cloth is really helping. Everything's growing because it's warm in here, but our cool weather things we planted in here are doing okay right now. Our carrots seem to be doing well despite being very thickly planted. Our flowers that Leroy planted, the borage and such, is doing well. We've got a new flower coming up in here. He planted just kind of a butterfly mix of flowers and some borage. So it's, no, not borage, what else was it? Zinnias. A butterfly mix and some zinnias. Borage clearly was in the butterfly mix. So it's exciting to see what's all coming up in there. And our things that we're going to seed still are our spinach, but this will be nice to have this spinach to save seed. But some of our other things are really perking up. We had a few herbs, rhubarb, some things left on the shelves that we haven't planted yet, and they all seem to be doing all right. I had planted, if you saw earlier in another video, some pea seeds and some eggplant seeds that my grandma actually started before she passed away, and I was really nervous because nothing was coming up. And now there were 3 pea plants and 2 eggplants, and of those, 2 peas have sprouts in them and both eggplants have sprouts coming up in them. I don't know if they're pea or eggplant plants, but there's some type of sprouts. So hopefully we get something from these and we can plant them somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. We did have this suggestion that if we wanted to continue saving seeds to make sure our eggplant was planted in a pot. So I think I will try one of those in a pot to see if that works out. Our tomatoes that we planted in here are starting to come up, and we're hoping that it continues to give some shade for the hot summer months. We pulled a lot of things out of here. Our older lettuce. This was actually our newer lettuce, and as you can see, it must be getting hot in here because it's just coming right up. The other stuff that has a little bit more shade is doing a little better than it, but we still have greens we haven't planted out yet either.
Alright, I don't care what anyone says, 110 is hot, and there's a breeze out here and there's not one in there, so I'll let her steam it out for a little bit. But I wanted to talk about also, she's left, we did not plant the rhubarb, but I think what's saving us, we were talking about this, what's saving us is we planted that in the soil blockers. And I think that's the only reason why they're doing so well. And we pulled them apart so they're not sticking to each other. But we do have to put them in the ground. We have a lot of things we have to put in the ground. We're trying to get everything done in the mornings and then some in the evenings. And the mornings have been the best. But it's still time, you know, about 8 o'clock. It's already 90 degrees. This isn't normal for us.
It's too hot.
Alright. I should grab the mister and go back in there.
Our rutabaga is looking like it's almost ready to pick. We've got this one right in the front. I'd say it's about 3.5 inches across, and from what I understand, about 4 to 5 inches is good. So I'm planning on picking at least this one pretty soon and making some mashed rutabaga. I actually saw a suggestion to add some apple cider vinegar to it, so I'm going to see if that helps kind of calm down the taste a little.